Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? We're all doing very, very well. Now, pray. Oh dear Lord. I was in the pub the other day. My mate Brian come over, and he's all right. And it's like, Chris. He used my real name of Chris. Most people would call me Kilt-Man, but he actually went Chris, and I was going, oh me. He meant to say, you're into your movies, aren't you? There's a fat dog fart, And he went, yeah. He said, did you know there's another Predator movie coming out? Oh, Jesus. You know what? As juvenile as this sounds, I just wanted to punch him in the face. I was like, is there? It didn't half piss me off. And my daughter's, she's labelled me one of the modern terms, which I'll come on to in a minute. And I think she's totally correct. But I was like, do you not watch my channel? Do I not bang on about the Kilt-Man YouTube channel? I talk about this stuff all the time. I withheld from all of this vitriol. I just went back to me whiskey. Whiskey. There's always one here. For special occasions. Like now. Cheers, y'all. And I just thought, even you know about this movie coming out. And this is what I'm coming to, folks, in this early part of this video, is that I've been banging on about this movie since day one. We're going back ages now. I've done numerous videos on it over the last 18 months, more in fact. And when it was called Skulls, its working title was Skulls, we first got rumours, first got hints of another Predator movie coming out. And everyone was like, oh no, another Predator film. It's going to be shit like all the rest. Oh, only one good Predator movie, blah, 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 blah. And, I've had to put up with all that kind of stuff. But I've been promoting this, and there's been a handful of other people I know of on YouTube and elsewhere that have been, bigging it up and hoping the potential it's promising would actually be delivered. And now all of a sudden, This is the thing, folks. This is the crux of the first part of this little video, is that it got its grand unveiling at the San Diego Comic-Con. San Diego, big shout out, my favourite city in America. It is. Next time, invite me, you bastards. And it was there was a comic panel there of the cast and the crew discussing it. I've seen all those videos. And they actually showed the movie. Now, we know the movie's not being shown theatrically, although there are hints now that it might get a sort of limited fan event sort of spotty release around the world cinematically, because the film is very cinematic, even though it's coming out on Hulu and Disney+. But it went down the storm, and it was first come, first served. But people were invited to that screening. And anyway, all the reviews have been unbelievable, and suddenly the hype for this movie has just gone through the roof. I am getting sent stuff literally all the time. I woke up this morning and on my phone messenger there was dozens and dozens from all over the world. People, a fella called Glazer said today he was there at the screening, and he sent quite a lot. I'll be honest, Glazer, if you're watching, I haven't read all that because it looked like you were going to go a bit too far. And I kind of believe that he did see it. He's not making it up, because it just went on and on and on. You couldn't have just suddenly come out with all of that if you were making it up. You had to have seen it. And I did see some little snippets, and yeah, God, yeah, it sounds great. He said this one's going to float your boat. This one's just for you. Brilliant. So it sounds like there's some wildlife having a scrap out there. They always do this. They land on our new conservatory roof, and the birds are always fighting each other. Well, they sound like they're fighting. They could be mating. Can you hear that? They're scampering around up there. Maybe there's a predator lurking out there. They are the prey. There is a predator. There could be a fox on our roof. We've had bats in the belfry. We've got a fox on the roof. Anyway, so now everyone's talking about prey, and they're giving it loads. Every site on the internet, every YouTuber is talking about prey. And it has inevitably done this thing to me. Me being a 53-year-old guy, 53 years, I know, I don't look it, I know. Well, don't look it compared to these two ugly motherfuckers here. But I'm 53 and I've spent my entire life living, breathing, eating, drinking. Drinking, you say? Yes, well, why not? Movies. I've described this so many times now on the channel that my first memories are of watching King Kong and They Die With Their Boots On. Both black and white classic movies, both scored by Max Steiner, incidentally. Who'd have thought that? And then I spent most of my, from about the age of 7 or 8 to certainly 11 and 12, living in the cinema, free of charge, living there watching films I shouldn't have been seeing. Them's were the days. And that's what changed me. That's what made me the man I am today. And then I've spent the rest of my life, when I wasn't in the Marines and I'm not doing the day job, all that bollocks, I'm not out bevying. I stay in bevying. As well. Now, I've spent all that time eating, drinking, sleeping, breathing. Did I say drinking? Drinking. Movies. If I'm not watching them, I'm talking about them. If I'm not talking about them, I'm writing about them. If I'm not writing about them, or talking about them, or watching them, I'm playing with the merch from them. Do you get the point? Movies make me live. That's the whole... I was going to say something else there, but that... I won't, because there could be kids watching this. Apparently there are. Apparently kids do watch these videos. Shit, that's a bit of an eye-opener, isn't it? Get to bed! I know. Don't be looking at this. It's rude. It's dirty. It's a man with long hair and a skirt. Today we're wearing... Oh yeah. It's the Fraser. The Fraser tartan. It's lovely. So, I eat, sleep, drink, breathe movies. But since Prey was announced, and then the hype's been built up, I have never been this excited about a movie at all. Nothing else at all. Not Predator 2, not Aliens, not Evil Dead 2, I was massively hyped for that. The Mad Max movies, yes, you know, these things are what rule my life. Escape from New York, Escape from... Oh God, I've come a cropper on that. I was so looking forward to that, and whoa, what a fucking letdown that turned out to be. And same with Halloween 2018, and especially Halloween Kills. But I am still looking forward to Halloween Ends. How the world turns, eh? Now, but with this, there's a lot of, I don't know, I'm going to say spiritual connection with this, because as you all know, I'm heavily invested in Native American customs, culture, their history, their way of life, their warfare, just everything about them. I love tribal races anyway, but Native Americans has been the thing that's always been crucial to my existence. I've always thought about them, I've always tried to emulate their way of life. When Escape and Evasion, I was, well no, we're going into different territory here. Let's not do any of that. But with this film, I felt like a huge affinity with it right from the word go. I was praying that Prey would work. It's going to be good. I love the idea it's called Prey. The initial movie, Predator, and now Prey. It's just, it bookends it perfectly. So, my daughter said, you know what you are? I said, what am I? I look younger than I am, yeah? She said, no, Dad, you're a gatekeeper. But the gatekeeper? Isn't that to do with the Keymaster and Ghostbusters? Hey, what's going on here? She said, no. Do you know what that means? I went, tell me. She told me. And you know what, she's right. Now, you guys know what that is, don't you? It means, basically, in this context, that I'm massively into Predator and Prey. And because I was the one that was bigging this up for so long, and you know, you've got to see, this film's going to be great, and I've been doing loads of reporting on it, and now suddenly The Weld and his dog are reporting on it, and loads of people have seen it. Glazer and many others have seen it and have reported back, and they're all giving it loads, and suddenly I feel, hang on, I was the one that was chatting about this. I was the one that was carrying the flag, the Comanche flag, which is here right now. And, what about me? And and it is childish, it is juvenile, but it's what I know other people who are like this. But only when she told me what gatekeeper meant, I thought, oh shit, oh I'm terrible, aren't I? Because I want possession over this, now everyone else seems to love it. I don't want to know. Only that isn't quite true. That's the one part of this little explanation of the term gatekeeper in modern vernacular, which is not accurate. I want everyone to see it. I want us all to talk about it. But I am kind of like, I feel like I've been left behind, because the day that that premiere was unleashed on a lot of unsuspecting people in San Diego Comic-Con, and a lot of invited guests as well. A, I wasn't there, and B, I'd been working, and then I was out with the pooch, and then going to the pub, and I'm also visiting my mum in hospital as well, because she's still there, folks. And then suddenly the world erupted for me. My phone was just like, it was melting in my hand. What the hell? What's going on here? And it was just, oh, the reviews are in. I'm like, what do you mean the reviews are in? The fuck? What? It's been shown. I thought, do I have to run home? Is it on Disney Plus right now? No, it was this little sort of official, but sort of really unannounced unveiling premiere. So, shit. Right. Folks, I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm made up. The world is embracing this. I know I truly am. When I step back and I go, look, this guy here doesn't matter one iota. I want the film to be a success. I want Predator to get back on the right tracks with stable rails that don't melt in the heat wave like the UK. Our train system went off because apparently our train tracks are made out of chocolate. They fucking melted. Unbelievable, isn't it? Predator franchise has massively had, real bad errors. It's fallen into its own booby traps. It's tripped itself up. It's been atrocious. But out of all the movies, Predator 1, masterpiece. Predator 2, fucking love it. I think it's great. Absolutely a great sequel. It does expand the whole thing, and it gave you tantalising clues. The xenomorph skull, the flintlock pistol. Okay, the xenomorph skull was great when you saw it. You went, oh yeah, they've hunted down aliens. Yes, that's great. Fox just thought, right, let's bring the two together. And we know what happened next. AVP, I don't mind it. I don't think it's good. It definitely isn't great, but it's got some interesting visuals, and I'd like the idea, the pyramids, Antarctica, the whole thing, and and there's some great imagery in there as well. AVP Requiem is a diabolical tripe fest. It might be better if you could see what was happening, but you can't. It's shot in the pitch black, so you haven't got a fucking clue what's going on there. Predators. Oh yeah, I'm playing John Debney's awesome throwback score to Silvestri's music from the first two Predator movies at the moment, and I like that a lot. I've said before, there's a middle section with Lawrence Fishburne, which I don't like. I don't like his character at all. I just don't think it works. I think it's ridiculous and it does derail the plot, but I do like the movie a lot. Then you get the Predator. Sweet Jesus. No, well, I'm not saying any more about that, but it's garbage. And then we get this. You can understand why the fans fall off the wagon on this. Oh God, here we go. And then you get, of course, when they find out, what? It's set 300 years ago. Oh, what with Indians, with bows and arrows? Oh, how can you go against a Predator? Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, what? The hero's a woman. Oh, whoa. Wokey, woke. Fuck you. You guys need to fucking wake up. Because what we're getting now, and I've been saying this all along, is that Amber Midthunder, who plays Naru, who's our hero, our Comanche woman, warrioress, hunter, who joins the hunting party. It's a rite of passage. They're about to, it's a huge inauguration into the tribe to go out on your first big, raiding, long-term hunting party before they move on for the winter with their camp, which moves around, obviously. And she becomes our hero. Amber Midthunder is exceptionally beautiful, with the best legs I've seen since I looked down at my own. And she's adorable, but she's also feisty as fuck. And all the reviews saying that she owns this movie and there's no woke sensibility to it whatsoever. As I suspected, director Dan Trachtenberg knows what he's doing. He's directed women in movies before. 10 Cloverfield Lane is fantastic. Women in jeopardy, but women turning the tables on ogreish big, bad, burly, badass rednecks, and doing it really believably as well. So he knows what he's doing. And, you know, woke sensibilities are prevalent everywhere. And I'm the first to spot it in TV shows, commercials, game shows. It's rife everywhere. And it's sledgehammered home. That's not the case with this movie. I haven't seen the movie, folks. Now, spoiler alert, I haven't seen the movie yet. But I know what Dan Trachtenberg's done. I know what the story's about, and I know the historical relevance of this. You've got Jehane Myers. Actually, I think her name, now I've seen it being spoken to on panels, even though it's spelt differently, it's actually pronounced Jane. Jane Myers. I kind of like Jehane. And she's Comanche. That's her heritage. She's a Comanche woman. And she's the producer of this movie. And she is massively endorsing the fact that it's Comanche language. You've got a choice. You can watch it in English or Comanche. But at least they're doing it in Comanche. And they're showing authentic, here for you woke assholes that would say, it's not even historically accurate. Well, apparently it is, since every single person playing a Native American in it is Native American. Dickheads. They're not even using proper redskins. Yes, they are, actually. And by the way, you shouldn't be using that term. But with Jane Myers on board, she promotes Comanche, the Comanche language, the Comanche culture, the Comanche history. And she's done a lot of other movies as well, short movies and documentaries about that nation and their heritage. And she's so made up with this. Now, so your authenticity, your historical accuracy is there. I'm not saying that predators were there at the time, but certainly the actual customs, traditions, what the Comanche warriors are wearing, their campcraft, their village, everything about their culture and the way that they speak and the dialects that they put in there, that's important. And they've used that. They've used actual dialects for different sort of people and sort of what would amount to slang in their language. And don't forget, she speaks it. Jehane Myers speaks Comanche. So all the cast had to learn Comanche. Even if it wasn't, some of them are Sioux, some are Kiowa, some are like, oh God, some of the other nations, forgotten now. Should have written it down, but I've forgotten now. So you got that authentic quality to the people who are playing Native Americans. And apparently it comes across really well. So let's get off with the the woke stuff, and let's get on to what these reviews have said, because I've not witnessed anything like this for a film that I've been into for so long, despite my gatekeeper sort of attitude. I'm elated to see nothing but praise and high praise, really, really good, sort of unbelievably good praise. Amber Midthunder owns the movie. She's believable. Her saga, her odyssey, her journey as a character is believable. The way that she will fight, she will get the shit kicked out of it, but she will fight back and use, ingenuity and her own natural honed skills to fight back, and her determination to save her brother and the rest of her tribe. Apparently that all works. The actual Comanche traditions and culture, that comes across really well. And you love all the supporting cast as well. They're not just disposable fodder. You actually care about them. The film is also laden with gory kills. But of course, it's a Predator movie. You want that, and it does have them. Insanely nasty kills. Very inventive. Different from what you normally see. The cinematography is unbelievable. Jim Cutter, I think, did the cinematography. And even though it's gone straight onto Hulu and Disney Plus, it could play and will play in certain selected theatres, apparently, because it's so cinematic. Now, we know that movies that are streamed now, some of them are up for Oscars, like The Irishman and all that kind of stuff. The budget is there. This is a lower budget movie than what you've seen before for some of these movies. But every penny spent is on that screen. It's all there. And the lush photography, the settings, this is different from the other movies in that respect. First Predator was shot, obviously, in South America. And, South America, wasn't it? And they all felt ill. It was a jungle. But I've said many times that one thing I love about the first Predator movie is that some of the shots look like they're on a studio set. It looks like a jungle because they do look artificial. They have the heightened reality of a set. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And then obviously I found out, shit, no, it's all filmed on location. Oh my God. So that bit that looks genuinely artificial is actually genuinely genuine. Wow. And it just elevates it all the more. Predator 2, it's in the city and sets. The AVP movies, lots of sets, obviously, and loads of CGI and all this kind of stuff. Predators, nice location work, a lot of CG, a lot of set-bound stuff as well, but still looks really, really good. Cinematography is pretty good, but it's pretty samey until you get to looking at the my God, they get on that sort of rocky plateau and they look up, shit, we're not on Earth. And there's all these different planets up there, like, it's like a planet dumping ground, isn't it? And but that was great, obviously. But it seems a bit more limited. Then you get the Predator. Oh, again, we won't go on to that. It's just rubbish. It even looks rubbish as well. But then you get this. Looking at the trailer, it looks expansive. It looks dreamy. It looks idyllic. And then shattered by this ferocious feral predator, as he's called, the feral predator. And but the woods, the meadowlands, the hills, the mountains, the rocky caves, the swampland. You've got all of these locations, and they're real. And it does look amazing. It looks jaw-dropping with its depth and with its, its widescreen compositions. Looks incredible. And by all accounts, it does look incredible. The music, Sarah Sachner. Oh my word. Now, I've been banging on about this. Sarah Sachner has done a lot of Assassin's Creed, all the Assassins and Game of War movies, games. I don't play these things. My son does. My son is a professional at this sort of thing. He'd be going, no, Dad, not that. What are you talking about, you idiot? But I've got the soundtracks to all of these. I've listened to her stuff, and it's phenomenal. And what she does, there's a Viking one, and she brings in a sound that you would associate, a musicality that you'd associate with that period. By all accounts, and many people have singled out her music for a special and unique praise. Oh, that's music to my ears, pardon the pun. I so want to hear it. You don't get any callbacks to Silvestri's main military motifs. You don't get that. I did discuss all this before as to my hopes and wants from this movie, but it wouldn't work, it wouldn't fit. But as I foretold, it is ethnic, it is tribal. So you have that Native American and Comanche sort of tribalism to the sound. Wonderful. That's what I love it. God, she's done that. Brilliant. So made up with that as well. Cinematography is great, music's great, sound design's great. The chirruping, clicking weirdness that the Predator makes around people and they hear it and the suspense build up. Apparently the sound design is electrifying. The Predator himself, Dane DeLigro, he was the old ex-basketball player, apparently is truly outstanding. People have said, the suit that he wears is really, really convincing. The size and the ratio of his body, the muscle-bound quality to him. But he's tall, but he's athletic, he's very, very agile. And you will see the Predator doing things that you've never seen them do before. Having a shave, brushing their mandibles, and the lower ones, get behind there. You get bits of skull get stuck behind there. And looks amazing. It doesn't copy Kevin Peter Hall, as every other Predator player tried to do. Copy the way he moves, copy the little, the head tilts and shits and the little stuff with the big, taloned fingers. Well, he doesn't do any of that. But he's very, very visceral, very agile and moves about a hell of a lot. There's stealth there a lot. And when he flies into action, Jesus. When you cast your mind back to Kevin Peter Hall and he was fighting Arnie and then he was in Predator 2, he was fighting Danny Glover. There's not a great deal it's just lumber, boosh, 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 whoosh. You know, it's not that incredible. This guy, and the way it's been filmed, no shaky cam either, this guy looks incredible. He's moving fast, he's lithe, he's limber, still, you know, completely alien and scary. He is a monster. He's referred to as a monster by, you know, our heroes in this movie. He is a monster. You're getting that horror aspect to it, but he's doing unspeakable things, and you're genuinely in fear of this guy. You're going back to basics here. He's not, oh, it's a predator. Oh, he's got all his gadgets and all that, of which he has got gadgets. And there's some stuff which you've never seen before. They've been created for this movie, but we know that anyway. And he hasn't got certain things that he's got in later movies because it's set 300 years before. So it's sort of lower tech, even for a high-tech alien hunter race. Yep, check. But he moves with electrifying ferocity. And, you know, it's something that you've not seen it for elongated action scenes. Extensive choreography. You've got these battles and brawls. Now, you think back to the movies, they're not like that. They don't show extended combat sequences like that. It's enough to punch and punctuate. I mean, oh, God, wow, that's amazing, that. But it's over within, like, what, 15 seconds? This goes on, and it works. It's chilling, it's exciting, it's edge of your seat stuff. Oh, fuck no. You know, this is... See, I'm getting really fucking buzzing again now. And the gatekeeper should remain calm, you know, and annoyed at all the other fans who are out there. Pseudo fans. No. But it is funny though. And I do seem to fit part of that bill of the gatekeeper. Callbacks to the original movies, the later stories, but the original movies, there are a few. I've heard this. But everyone says they are not in your face. They are subtle and they work. They're born out of the scenario and the characters themselves. So whether it's a line that, I mean, what's Comanche for ugly motherfucker, you know? But, you know, whether that's used or not, they're probably sitting there, you know, around a campfire, like having had an encounter. I saw his face, you know, it's ugly. Oh, it's ugly. Just something like that. But you'll go, he means ugly motherfucker. And you've got the visual stuff as well. Whether it's that's the flintlock pistol, which we see in Predator 2, which I do believe that's genuine. I didn't read through all of Glazer's stuff, but I'm sure that's listed there. I don't want to read through it all. I have reached the point now, folks, where I want to see more. I want to see the film. If someone offered me the film right now, I'd watch it. Mate, Kilty, come here. Here's a copy of that film Prey you've been banging on about. Tell no one. Would I watch it? Well, of course I fucking would. Of course I can't wait to watch it. You know, I want to do it officially, but I'm going to watch it right now if I can. I'll be honest. Jesus Christ, yeah. But that said, I don't necessarily want to be reading the entire bloody plot. I want to see it. I don't want to read it beforehand. And everyone says there's a lot of things that are happening here which you do not expect. Although you think you've heard loads from Dan Trachtenberg and co. And you've seen the trailer and the TV spots, which there's plenty of them. There's loads of new footage that keeps appearing in these things. It's a split second. It's great. But you're getting nothing but just the broad strokes of this. There's so many more finite details and character stuff which you just do not know about at all. And there's a few curveballs thrown in as well. And I like that. So you really owe it to yourself, whether you illicit means or whatever, but your chance to see this film, you sit and watch the film and don't read up about it beforehand, you know, and just don't do that. Go in as fresh as you can be. And I'm sure, well, as everyone says, it pays dividends because you really get far more than you expected. The kills are insanely nasty and gory, and there's even differences with those. The fighting is extensive and exciting and brutal, and you fear the Predator. The Feral is genuinely nasty and genuinely scary, which they cease to be. The Predators, you know, in the first movie and the second, that they are a genuine force to be reckoned with, and you don't know what they're going to do next. You don't know what they're capable of. The systematic reveals of the Predator in the first movie, well, it's cloaked. Oh, then it's got like a fucking biomask on. Oh, and then God, it's got mandibles. It's an oh my God, it's got all these different things. multiple reveals. They do it in this movie as well, I've heard. They do it in this. There's multiple reveals. And this, because it's slightly different, this Predator, as Dan Trachtenberg says, there's multiple races on our planet, and creeds and cultures. Well, this one's from a different hemisphere of his planet, so he looks a bit different from the others. I mentioned before about the, in a previous video, about the sort of reddish tinge to his skin, which I thought, was that like is he doing that on purpose to try and blend in with his prey? You know what I mean? With the sort of reddish skin. Or is it because he looks like a berserker from Lord of the Rings? Which I also mentioned. I don't know. But he does have a different look. And apparently his face, which we all think we've seen his face, because you see it in the full trailer. And if you freeze the frame on it, which we've all done, I know we've done, it's clearly a Predator. But apparently it does look different. It does look slightly different. Now, CGI. There is CGI in it. And by all accounts, and I mean every account that I've read that's just given a few overviews of it. And I watched the AVP Galaxy review. Love you guys, fantastic. You did a good job of not spoiling it at all. Even for, I think you were on for like almost as long as my short video, is about 35 minutes, and you spoiled nothing. But anyway, I love AVP Galaxy. It's the mecca for, if you're into aliens, you're into predators, that's the place to go to. It's a website, and they're on YouTube as well. So wonderful stuff. But they gave nothing away, but just they were really cock-a-hoop, because they saw that bloody premiere as well. You jammy bastards, you. And so this Predator does look slightly different, but he's still obviously the same breed, the same race, the same animal as they are. But he does look different, and he acts different. He's far more ferocious and scary. So I've got some real good ideas. I mean, there's some bits that I have seen in Glazer's review that about some of the kills and some of the aftermath of the kills. Ooh, he's a nasty motherfucker. He's ugly and nasty as well. But cheers you up. We have had loads of interviews with Dan Trachtenberg, Amber Midthunder, Jahane Myers, Dane Delegrio playing the Predator, Dakota Beavers, who I think plays Naru's brother, and it's all tremendous stuff. Again, they're drilled on this. They're hyping it up. Of course they are, and they're fucking busy, because guess where they are tomorrow? Sort of, what time is it now? In a couple of hours. Tomorrow, in a couple of hours' time, they're going to be in London. That's London in the UK, where I am, at Forbidden Planet, and they're going to do a signing of their posters between 5:30 and 6 PM tomorrow. I did announce this before in a different video, so get your asses down there. Sadly, I can't. I'm several hundred miles away. Can't do it. So come to Liverpool, folks. Come to Liverpool, and I'll come and see you. Amber, make sure you're still wearing that same short skirt, because your legs are stratospherically gorgeous. And, yeah, I'm 53. Who cares? I'm a big kid. And I'm horny as fuck. Of course I am. And she looks amazing. So shove your woke up your ass. But, yeah, she owns the movie. And everyone's saying, you are going to be singing her praises. You are going to be looking for the next Amber Midthunder movie, because she's an action superstar, on a par with Statham, with Arnie and Stallone. She's already been catapulted to that realm already. Now, okay, let's address the new cop duo TV show, and that's Shills and Woke. Season 2 of Shills and Woke. We've covered the woke part, but Shills now. Okay. There's actually been quite a surprising, well, I say surprising, it's not that surprising. Given the amount of positivity that all these reviewers have been bestowing upon Prey, and all these ones who are officially aligned to certain sites, as in AVP Galaxy, who got to see it, there's a huge sort of backlash saying, oh, but you would be overly optimistic and like, oh, you're singing its praises, oh my god, it's the best thing you've ever seen. Well, you would say that because you've been paid to say that, haven't you? And if you didn't get paid, you got free tickets, they invited you in there, they probably boozed you up as well. listen, I don't deny that sort of thing does happen. It certainly has happened in the past. Shills exist, they do. But don't be pegging the boys at AVP Galaxy like that, because they live and breathe this stuff. If anything, they'd be more critical about this. They've got a lot more personal heart and soul invested in a franchise that they know, love and adore, but also completely have lambasted all the other shitty iterations that we've had over the years. They've lambasted and just drilled into those. So they're not going to put their credibility and integrity on the line, because they've got to go on, whether they like this movie or not. They've got to go on and report about it as it goes through its Hulu and Disney Plus days, and then apparently people are going like, is it going to get a Blu-ray release? Apparently it will do. I've heard only just today that they are going to make an announcement about that, and it will get a Blu-ray release and hopefully a UHD release. It will, of course it will. I mean, they're not going to leave that behind. But the history of movies, the streaming now, they're not guaranteed to get like a physical media release. But this one looks like it will get one. So great. Now, given that in mind, the ongoing sort of legacy of this movie, these guys at AVP Galaxy and other fan forums and that are going to be reporting about this and talking about it for years to come. So they don't stand to gain anything by like, oh well, we've got to say it's great because we've got a big champagne dinner. No, because down the line, if the film turns out to be shit and everyone else hates it, which is not the case quite clearly, they'd have to like come clean and say, well, you know what? Yeah, it's not that good. They're going to tell the truth. Why would they lie? They don't stand to gain anything from it. If I got invited there and I was privileged enough to see Predator Prey and it was shit, you know damn well I'd tell you guys that. There's been many things. Halloween Kills, Jesus, have I really got to go back into all that? But it's a very sort of, it's a good sort of adage to use, because I massively bigged that film. I was so hyped, so looking forward to it. Not as highly stoked as I was for this, but I was really looking forward to it. Went dressed as Michael Myers again, as I always do to when I see a Halloween movie, the flicks. I always go dressed as Michael Myers, and I was there, and I was crushed by it. When you watch the videos, my initial reactions, and then the actual full spoiler review, I fucking hate it, and I've gone on about it ever since. So if I saw Prey and I didn't like it, I would tell you. I don't stand to gain anything either way, but I'd just be honest. And I think most people in this field that do what I do and just report because it's for the sheer love of it, well, you're going to tell the truth. So all this talk of shills and woke, I'm afraid in this case, I'm just you're pissed in the wind. The woke is complete bullshit. You can forget about that right now. Any dickheads that approach you with any of this woke bullshit, they're going to get my fucking head smashing into their nose, because I'm fucking sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it right now. I'll tell you that right now. Just get out of my face, dickhead. I am like that, Oh, and many people know it as well. So it ain't just words, folks. There's some people whose noses are slightly disfigured because they stoked the ire of the Kilt-Man. But I totally believe in this movie. I have not stopped believing in it. I've not stopped hyping it. I just cannot fucking wait to see it. And I want to hear Sarah Sachner's score. I'm kind of stunned. The film comes out in less than 2 weeks now. Is it 2 weeks? Yeah, it's the 5th of August, isn't it? So that's not next Friday, it's the Friday after. Right, yeah, got that right. And I will be off that day, and I'll watch it the first possible moment it streams. I'm watching it, and I will be reporting on it throughout the day, and I'll watch it again a couple of times. The whole day is going to be just filled with Prey. Predators and Prey, Be like a David Attenborough fucking documentary. Predators and Prey everywhere. Kills aplenty. Cheers. The rain's coming down now. This morning was again the heat wave we've been having, and Predators always come when it's hot. You notice that. And it was cracking the flags. It was gorgeously hot and really blazing sunshine. And only scant few hours later, it's a torrential downpour. It was forecast though, so it's all right. You know. But what else was going to cover on this? Amber owns it. Cinematography by Jeff Cutter is awesome. Music is unique, different, and brilliant. Many people have been saying they can't wait to get a soundtrack release of it. So that's what I was going to say before. I'm surprised they haven't released a track or two from this score. Because a lot of films that they do, you get like a sort of a sound, because soundtracks are huge as well. People are buying them on vinyl, you know, and limited edition. They're paying a lot of money for vinyl now. But soundtracks have always been big. Slightly niche market, I know, but that niche market has grown quite a lot, especially this year with like films like The Batman. Many people who don't like, or never listen to movie soundtracks, they've all gone out and bought the Batman soundtrack or downloaded it. They love it. I know many people who've done that. So the soundtrack, I'm surprised they haven't released anything yet, and I really cannot wait to hear that. So music, the callbacks, there are plenty, but they're subtle and they work. They're in context. Suspense is there. There's been a few people who said it's a there is the one slight thing which I can't quite equate at the moment. Many will say it's ferocious, it's action-packed, the elongated battle sequences and fights, and it's just tension and suspense. But some people say it's slow burn as well. That doesn't seem to. How can the two things be together? It's slow burn and action all the time. But I think maybe what it means is like the action just is there. Then you've got moments of suspense and like sort of a breather afterwards. What did we just see? And the mission, like, is it really what happened? They're trying to work it all out, and then they go to another action scene which is bigger, slightly longer, bloodier, and then sort of ramifications of that. So the slow build is building up and up and up to the eventual confrontation, which is what we all want to see, of course. Ferocity, I've covered that. The effects, the CG there, everyone says there is CG there, but you can't really tell where it is. It doesn't leap out and scream at you, I'm a CG, look how cartoony I am. None of that. But I think the movements of the Predator, when he's leaping from tree to tree and he's fucking slamming from, in the distance right out into the camera, which you've seen in the trailer. Well, I think there's going to be CG involved in that. But again, apparently you can't see. You don't go, oh, that's shit, that's CG. Folks, I'm not opposed to CG. Prefer practical effects, but CG plays a part in creating worlds, environments, and making certain effects smoother, and certain things which you literally cannot do them practically, and afford to do them practically. You've got to do them CGI. Now, CGI can be brilliant. It can be tripe if it's used sparingly, and it's just sort of like a connective tissue, doing certain movements and making it a bit smoother, a bit faster. Then I don't mind it at all. And if it works full stop and looks great, I don't mind it at all. It's great. It's another tool to be used. So, right, you've got that. There is something else, folks. Yeah. And this is the thing that I'm probably going to put in as the title of this video, which will bring people in. It's right at the end of the fucking video. But at least, when I put titles on, I don't lie about things. How many times do you get banned by videos on YouTube? She didn't expect this to happen. We're on a camping trip in the woods. The amount of fucking Bigfoot bloody shit that's on YouTube, and I believe in Bigfoot, by the way, but I've got one at the back, and but the way they blurb all these fucking stories up, and this shit, same old fucking story, just slightly different name. They're all not. Look, the subscriber who sent me this story wished to remain anonymous, so I'm going to call him Billy Bob. Fuck off. It's shite. It's you doing it, the same old fucking story all over again. With no photographic evidence, no nothing. We've all got mobile phones now. Fucking bullshit. But I do believe in some of these. Anyway, but you've got other fucking YouTube channels that just go like, things you missed, you never saw this, and it's happened on Prey as well. There's some bastard out there, it's like, the things you missed from the Prey trailer, and he's got like an image of Naru hiding behind a tree, and in the sort of swampy fog that you've got there, the mist, you've got a crouched figure, and he's drawn around it with a big red circle and an arrow pointing to it, and then he's zoomed into it, and it's a xenomorph, it's an alien stuff there. You watch the video, doesn't make mention to anything at all that you missed in the video. Just talks bullshit about what we already know. Yeah, people like that fucking do my head in. I don't do that. You guys who've stuck with me through thick and thin, you know that pretty much what I say, I'll be completely honest, I don't do a little trickery editing or anything like that. It's just I sit here, turn that on, swig some whiskey, talk a little bullshit. That's what you get. Whiskey and bullshit. I should have called my channel that, really, shouldn't I? Whiskey and bullshit. Cheers. Now, the thing is this. I only heard this today. Dan Trachtenberg, the director, and Jane Myers, producer, have both, this is that fucking rain, have both alluded to sequels. I think this only came out today. I'm going to read you what came out, right? Right, now, where did we go? Okay, I'll read the whole blurb. Prey has received overwhelmingly positive reactions on social media since premiering at the San Diego Comic-Con yesterday evening. And while it's heading to Hulu instead of theatres, we've no doubt fans will want a sequel. Of course they will. Disney's now in charge of the Predator franchise after acquiring 20th Century Fox, and this movie definitely feels like the perfect fresh start. While Prey works as a standalone story, we had to ask director Dan Trachtenberg about whether he's got sequel plans during a conversation earlier this week. There is a video which I'm not going to play. I've seen it, but just quote him anyway. And Jane Myers. This is Trachtenberg now, the director. I think there's definitely something, because so many movies are seen as franchise starters. There's something inherently refreshing about a movie that feels complete. I hope this movie does feel complete. By all accounts, it does. That said, we do something very unique in that whereas other movies may have a post-credit scene, we have some storytelling inside our end credits themselves. Did you hear that right? We have some storytelling inside our end credits themselves. It leaves room for lots of different kinds of sequels to be made. I don't know if we're ready yet to say exactly what we want to do next, but I think there are lots of cool opportunities. There's going to be more, right? There's going to be more. What he's saying there, we have some storytelling inside our end credits themselves. Now, being cynical, that just means, like, James Bond will return in For Your Eyes Only. The Feral Predator will return in whatever. Predator, the Vietnam era. You know, you could have something like that. The Predator will return. We have not seen the end of him. You know, you could have that sort of thing. But I love the idea of storytelling. So, and I like that. If you're like me, you sit there and you watch all the end credits anyway. Now, in modern years, the modern era, everyone stays for them because there's going to be a mid-credits sequence and a post-credits sequence. And that's why they keep you in there. But I've always done this. Primarily because I'm listening to the music. I always enjoy the music because I'm a massive soundtrack buff, score collector. So I listen to all the new music as well. But I also like to see, you know, in the credits, I look at, make sure animals weren't hurt, what locations they filmed in, special thanks to so this person, that organisation. I love all of that sort of stuff. And I'm looking at the special effects and the sound design, and I'm looking at everything there. And so I pay respect to the movie making process by watching all these. But obviously, I think what they're doing there is quite clever as well. Like, this film itself is unique in so many ways, but what they're doing there, they're going to make you sit and fucking read by telling you that as well. We're all going to be there like, oh, what? And it's going to be the fucking the end of it, like, and you're going to get like, hello, in brackets, like, hello, probably written in Comanche, so you've got to get your translator on as well, like, we're coming back, you know. Next, we're going to fight pirates on the high seas with predators. You know, it could be anything, but it's going to be in those credits. which I think is great. Or it could be a pattern. Maybe it's a cipher code. If certain letters are highlighted and you've got to watch it about 1,000 times to get them all down and then decipher what the code is. And it just says like, haha, got ya. Right. Producer Jaheim Myers also chimed in to say, I would love to return to this world. I'd like to return to any world where there's native inclusion and representation because that is my world. I'd love to return to any native world. Something tells us there are early plans for a Prey 2, though those all-important streaming numbers on Hulu and Disney Plus will likely dictate whether that happens. However, with so much early buzz surrounding the reboot and fans eager to see more Predator on screen, we'd be shocked if this movie doesn't mark the beginning of an exciting future for the iconic aliens. And there you've got it, mate, because it's not going away. You're going to get more. This film is guaranteed to be successful. This early blurb, this early advance, praise has sealed its success already. And folks, here's the crucial thing. I believe pretty much 99% of what I've read about this movie from people who've seen it. Glazer, I'll get back to you. There's probably a lot of stuff which, no, I believe it. You couldn't possibly have seen a movie and then, I'm just gonna write to him and I just give him all this spiel, see if he falls for it. You could, well, if you did make it up, plaudits for the time and effort it took you to do it, but also like an egg on your face because you took all that time and effort and I didn't bother reading any of it. Well, did read some. No, Glazer, no, I'm just joking. I do believe him, and I believe pretty much, as I say, 99% of what I've read from all the reactions. I have no reason to suspect otherwise. I don't see shills. I just see people that are made up with the movie, and a lot of these people aren't Predator fans. They just went in. Oh, I've got a free film to watch at the Comic-Con. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's the new Predator. Oh, fuck it, let's just go. Got all my autographs so far. I've spent a fortune on all my figures, and all my posters and shit. Like, let's go and watch this then. And they've come out wowing it. And this is the other thing people have said, that even people who are not Predator fans and really don't know what the hell they're going into, the film, you don't have to know any back knowledge of the Predator franchise and history. You don't need to know any of that. You can just go and watch an action, adventure, survivalist horror movie and you still really enjoy yourself. The Easter eggs are there for everybody that wants to see them. The callbacks are all there. It does everything for all the fans as well, and then goes off in different directions and extends the universe, but it welcomes in other people. So it's a very accessible movie. I don't think I've ever praised a film as much as this without even fucking seeing it. Oh no, I did. Halloween Kills. Oh, damn. Gee, don't do that. You couldn't possibly do that to me again. Oh, I've been good. I've been good this year. I haven't bought any toys this year. I haven't. No figures. No nothing, really. I haven't bought any masks. For, God, a good 12 months at least. Can't afford to. Drink too much of this shit, don't I? Folks, this is just a great big rambling mess of a video, which is just, it's me looking forward to this movie, as I know so many people that watch these videos are looking forward to this movie. So I'm with you. It's just us talking together and like getting all hyped up together. And wouldn't it be great? Someone will do this, or can they do it? I'd love to like set the camera up and like we could watch the film together, August the 5th. Could you get away with that? YouTube, the gods of YouTube, I'm calling to you now. Would I be allowed to do that? No, Kilt-Man, you copyright flaunting fool, you. Yeah, probably not. But would that be great though? Because I already know. I was gonna go, but there's actually a hell of a lot. I haven't got enough fingers to number and name all the people that I know who are gonna watch it the first second that it's on. We're all gonna be there, and Stevie Boy Doherty up on the Northern Territories. We're both gonna be sitting there in our Comanche bling with our fucking feathers in our hair, and I've got, well, we both got bow bow and arrows. We both got fucking tomahawks, and we're going to be fucking there, totally immersed in the Comanche war against the predator. Oh, remember something else as well. Someone, oh God, what was it on? But it pissed me off. He said, oh, there's a fucking dog in it. Why would she have a dog? Oh, it's a girl and she's got a dog. Siri or Sari. Sari, I think the dog's called. Well, the Comanche were known as dog soldiers. For one, the Comanche were the first Native American tribe that brought horses into North America. They were the first race that adopted the horse as a means of transport and a means of warfare. Just an all-purpose animal for them. Every other tribe then took them in and indoctrinated them, but the Comanche were the first. Well, that's horses, Kilt-Man. What about this dog thing you're on about? They also kept dogs. Dogs were known to travel with the tribe when they moved from camp to camp, for different seasons. And they kept dogs, and dogs ran into battle with them as well, believe it or not. So they were known as dog soldiers. So dogs are there, and the women as well. Again, for you woke fraternity out there, you basement living fucking Cro-Magnon imbeciles. Women fought alongside the men. They hunted alongside the men. They played a huge and crucial role within, the tribal life system, that society. They were there. So don't go thinking that this is, we're gonna have a girl doing it. Apparently she fucking kicks ass. She's severely badass. She gets the shit kicked out of her, but she gets over it and fights back and then learns new tricks to take on the predator. What I will say now is that where you're gonna go next, I've heard people saying that, well, you can't keep showing predator movies where a predator just comes down to earth and then it kills everybody, and then, the final bloke, the final girl, the last surviving hero will take the predator down, but they'll go through hell to do so. You can't keep showing that again and again and again. You watch action cop buddy movies, you watch Expendables, you watch Rambo, you watch stalk and slash movies. The killer's put down, the killer comes back again for the sequel, but someone survives. It's the same format. This is no different. The predator comes down to earth, it picks a fight, takes out loads, but someone will fight back. It's how they do it. That's where the difference comes in. It's how they do it and who that character actually is. Yes, the format's still essentially the same. It's the same in every fucking genre. It's the same in every genre. So get over it. I can't believe the people that just oh no, it's just the same old shit. I don't knock Halloween for the fact that someone's gonna, usually Michael Myers is dispatched at the end of the movie, but he isn't. But someone has survived, and then he gets up again, and oh no, it could go on again. Of course you know that. But the Predators, you think about it, a race of hunter-killers from outer space, their society's built on this, and they keep going to this fucking planet, and they keep losing people. That's going to be their big challenge ground. That's why they keep coming back. That's the test, isn't it? Look, we've wiped out races and we've caught the biggest fucking alien T-Rex style fucking Godzilla-like monster on that planet, but we still can't take out these little pesky fucking bastards on this little watery planet called Earth. I know, well, so that's why you keep on going there. That's the challenge, is it not? I just want to see more Predator movies, but done well. John Myers seems to want to go back to this. Trachtenberg, I don't know if I read that bit out actually, but he hints that he wants to go back to this time period as well. He does. I may have read it out, but if it didn't, it is there as well. He hints that he wants to go back to this period, and John Myers certainly wants to go back to it and revisit, the Comanche again. So, with this, maybe they do go back. I would be a little bit. It's one of those again. Like, if you're going to go back to this environment and bring the same characters back, history tells us in sequels, even prequel sequels, that things don't work out so well. They're never quite as good. This could be viewed better as a standalone movie. But, you know, hey, look, this could be awesome. By all accounts, it is awesome. So, folks, if you're a Predator fan, all our Christmases seem to be coming home early this year. And I'm right there with you, brothers and sisters, amigos, amigo-esses. I can't fucking wait. I genuinely can't wait. Yeah, Gatekeeper. I've opened the gates. You can all love it. It's not just mine. You bastards. I'm 53 years old. And I ain't getting any fucking older. That's for certain. Folks, there you go. I think I've said enough now. If I can do this kind of video before you've seen the film, you imagine what I'm going to be like when I've seen the bastard. I'll just be sitting here sulking. Well, I was wrong, wasn't I? No, I'm not wrong. These people aren't wrong. Glazer, I'm sure, isn't wrong. I'm so unbelievably, stupidly excited about this that it is to the detriment of pretty much every other element of my waking life. I say waking, I'm awake all the time. I can't sleep. I'm that excited about this. Fucking hell. And I'm not a shill, by the way, folks. I'm not a shill. I'm just a tatty-headed, skirt-wearing dickhead that loves Indian feathers in his hair and loves predators. So, folks, I have been always shall be Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, in this ever feral in-between time, keep it Kilting, keep it Celtic. And I'm going to see you all... Woke and Shill, Season 2. Fucking hell. It's all women heroes and people paid to love the show. What fucking bollocks.